Hello there. Come closer. Let's have a very real, very honest conversation about something that can be a little tricky to talk about. Something that touches on dignity and confidence as we get older. You know, as the years add up, our bodies change in all sorts of ways, and sometimes those changes can bring about unexpected challenges. One of those challenges, which many people worry about but few openly discuss, is body odor. It's a natural part of being human, of course, but for older women, specifically, there are certain factors that can make managing it, well, a bit more complicated, and sometimes lead to noticeable issues that can affect how you feel about yourself and how comfortable you are around others. Have you ever found yourself wondering? Maybe noticing a subtle change in your own body's scent as you've gotten older? Or perhaps you've cared for an older woman, a mother, an aunt, a friend, and gently, respectfully, noticed that this might be an issue for them? It's a sensitive topic, isn't it? One that can bring up feelings of embarrassment, or vulnerability, or a worry about causing offense or discomfort. But here's the important truth. This isn't about blame, or about someone not being clean. Often, it's simply about how the body changes with age, and how those changes can interact with everyday habits in ways we might not expect. Maintaining personal hygiene, feeling fresh and clean, being comfortable in your own skin, these things are absolutely fundamental to your well-being and confidence, no matter your age. For senior women, changes in hormones, skin elasticity, metabolism, and even factors like medications or mobility can all play a role in how the body produces and deals with sweat and bacteria. What worked perfectly for hygiene in your younger years might need subtle adjustments now. And doctors who specialize in the health of older adults have identified that, quite often, common issues with body odor aren't due to a lack of caring, but are linked to specific, everyday bathroom habits, things we do almost automatically, that become more significant as the body ages. It's pretty eye-opening when you learn about them, because they're often things you wouldn't immediately connect to body odor. Simple parts of your daily routine. But doctors warn that these 8 specific habits can unfortunately create an environment where odor-causing bacteria can thrive. Knowing what these habits are isn't about making you feel self-conscious. It's about giving you the knowledge, the power, to address them directly, effectively, and gently. It's about understanding the why so you can implement the how and regain or maintain that complete confidence and comfort. In this video, we're going to talk openly and respectfully about these 8 common bathroom habits that doctors say older women should be really mindful of. And crucially, we're not just going to name them. We're going to break down why they can become problematic as you age and offer simple, practical, actionable solutions that you can implement right away for yourself or share with someone you care about. My hope is that this information brings you peace of mind, empowers you with knowledge, and helps ensure that this sensitive issue doesn't get in the way of living your fullest, most comfortable, and most confident life. You'll definitely want to stay until the end to make sure you're aware of all 8 habits, and the easy ways to address them. Does this topic resonate with you? Have you ever wondered about this, or is it a concern for you or someone you care for? It takes courage to even think about this, so acknowledge yourself for being here. If you're ready to gain this important, empowering knowledge, please drop a comment below right now saying fresh start. And while you're there, take a moment to subscribe to Elderly Counsel and give this video a like. Your support helps us bring these sensitive but necessary health and care topics to more people who need this information and understanding. Alright, let's dive into the first of these 8 bathroom habits that doctors warn older women about. The first step towards greater comfort and confidence. This first one might seem incredibly simple, almost too obvious, but its importance, especially as the body ages, cannot be overstated. It is incomplete drying after bathing or showering. Now you might think, well, of course, I dry myself. And I know you do. But as the years go by, little things can make thorough drying just a little bit harder, or make us rush it just a little bit more. Maybe you feel a chill the moment you turn off the warm water and just want to get dressed quickly. Maybe reaching certain areas, your back, your feet, underneath where the skin might have changed, has become a bit more difficult due to stiffness, or arthritis, or limited flexibility. Perhaps you worry about your balance when standing on one foot, making it harder to really get between your toes. Or maybe, honestly, you're just tired after the effort of bathing and hurry through the final steps. These are real, understandable challenges of aging, and they can subtly impact how effectively you dry your skin. But why is this seemingly small thing so crucial, and why does it become more important as we get older? Here's the simple, logical explanation. Moisture is a magnet for microbes. Bacteria and yeast, which are naturally present on our skin, absolutely love warm, damp environments. When you don't thoroughly dry areas, especially places where skin folds or touches, like under the arms, beneath the breasts, in the groin area, between the legs, between your toes, or even behind your knees, you leave behind tiny pockets of moisture. As skin might become thinner or more delicate with age, and folds perhaps more pronounced, these areas can retain moisture more easily and stay damp longer. This trapped moisture creates the perfect breeding ground for those odor-causing bacteria and yeast to multiply rapidly. It's not dirt, it's a biological process happening in a damp environment. And the result can be unpleasant odors, skin irritation, or even infections. So, while a quick towel-off might feel sufficient, any lingering dampness, particularly in those hidden spots, can become a source of odor throughout the day. A common mistake here is simply underestimating how important it is to be completely dry everywhere. Thinking that putting on clothes will somehow absorb the rest of the moisture, or that a quick rub with a towel is enough. Sometimes, people use towels that aren't very absorbent, or that aren't completely clean themselves, which doesn't help the drying process. Another misconception is thinking that air drying is just as effective in skin folds. Gravity and air circulation don't easily reach those areas, leaving moisture trapped against the skin. You might not even realize certain spots aren't fully dry because you can't easily see or reach them. So, what's the practical advice to counter this, gently and effectively? First, make sure you're using a clean, soft, and absorbent towel. Pat your skin dry rather than rubbing vigorously, which can irritate sensitive skin. Pay particular attention to those areas prone to holding moisture, under the arms, beneath the breasts, lifting gently to access the skin underneath, the groin and inner thigh area, between your fingers and toes, behind your knees, and any other skin folds. For hard-to-reach areas like your back or feet, consider using a towel with loops or handles, or even a soft cloth on a long-handled brush designed for bathing. Another incredibly effective tip, recommended by many healthcare professionals, is to use a hairdryer on a cool or low-warm setting to gently blow-dry areas, especially skin folds, ensuring they are completely dry. Just be very careful with temperature and distance to avoid any burns or drying out the skin too much. Taking those extra couple of minutes to ensure complete dryness everywhere can make a profound difference in preventing odor and maintaining skin health. It's a simple habit, but one that becomes a cornerstone of comfort and confidence as you age. Thorough drying is absolutely step one for preventing odor and maintaining skin health, but what you use to wash, the cleanser itself, is also a really important part of the equation. Thorough drying is absolutely step one for preventing odor and maintaining skin health, but what you use to wash, the cleanser itself, is also a really important part of the equation. And that brings us to the second bathroom habit doctors warn older women about: using harsh or overly fragranced soaps and body washes. For many of us, the soaps we've used for years, maybe even decades, are just a habit. We might have grown up with those classic bar soaps that create mountains of lather and have a strong, distinct scent. There was a time when that squeaky clean feeling and a powerful fragrance felt like the epitome of cleanliness, right? We associate that strong smell with being fresh. And for many years, perhaps your skin handled it just fine. But as the body ages and skin changes, the products you use in the shower or bath can have a much bigger impact than they used to. Here's the logical reason why this habit can contribute to odor issues as you get older. Your skin has a natural protective barrier, often called the acid mantle. It's slightly acidic, and it helps keep your skin moisturized and acts as a defense against bacteria and environmental irritants. Many traditional bar soaps are alkaline, the opposite of acidic. Using harsh, alkaline soaps, especially frequently, can strip away this natural barrier. It removes the beneficial oils your skin needs, leaving it dry, vulnerable, and disrupting that delicate pH balance. When this barrier is compromised, your skin is less able to defend itself against the very bacteria that can cause odor. The dryness itself can also be an issue, sometimes leading to microscopic cracks or irritation that can become a source of odor. On top of that, those strong, often artificial, fragrances in many soaps and body washes, while they smell nice in the bottle, they can sometimes irritate sensitive aging skin or even interact with your body's unique chemistry as it changes, potentially creating a different, less pleasant scent when mixed with natural body oils and sweat. The fragrance might mask an underlying odor briefly but doesn't actually remove the source, the bacteria or yeast that thrive when the skin's balance is off. A common mistake is sticking with the same products you've used for years, thinking, "It's always worked," or believing, as I mentioned, that a super strong scent or lots of lather equals a superior clean. You might think that if the soap makes your skin feel tight, it means it's really getting rid of everything bad. But in fact, that tight feeling is often a sign that you've stripped away those necessary natural oils and disrupted your skin's balance. Relying on heavy fragrances in your soap or body wash can also give a false sense of cleanliness. You smell the perfume, but the odor-causing microbes might still be present on compromised skin. So, what's the practical advice here? It's time to be a bit more discerning about your body cleanser. Look for gentler options. Specifically, look for products labeled pH balanced for sensitive skin, dermatologist tested, or fragrance-free, or hypoallergenic. Many moisturizing body washes and even some gentle cleansing bars, often called Syndet bars, because they use synthetic detergents which are less harsh than traditional soap, are formulated to cleanse effectively without stripping the skin's natural barrier. They clean away the dirt, sweat, and oils, and the odor-causing bacteria, but they respect your skin's natural balance. You might find that using a gentler cleanser not only helps prevent odor but also leaves your skin feeling more comfortable, less dry, and less itchy. It's an upgrade to your personal care routine that aligns with the natural changes in your skin as you age. Choosing the right cleanser, a gentle one, is definitely key to happy, healthy skin and managing odor. But the type of cleanser matters, and so does how often you use it, which brings us to our next habit. Choosing the right cleanser, a gentle one, is definitely key to happy, healthy skin and managing odor. But the type of cleanser matters, and so does how often you use it, which brings us to our next habit, and this one can be challenging for very real reasons. It is infrequent bathing or showering. Now, I understand completely that as we get older, the simple act of taking a bath or shower can feel like a significant undertaking. It requires energy, doesn't it? The effort of getting in and out of the tub, standing in the shower, the physical work of washing your body, reaching everywhere, it can be tiring. On days when fatigue is high, or if you're experiencing pain or stiffness, a full bath or shower might just feel like too much. There can also be a very real fear of falling in the bathroom, which is often a slippery and potentially dangerous space, especially if it's not equipped with safety features like grab bars or non-slip mats. For these reasons, or maybe just because activity levels might be lower than they once were, the frequency of bathing can sometimes decrease. But here's the logical reason why doctors emphasize maintaining a regular washing routine, even when it's difficult. Our bodies are constantly, naturally shedding dead skin cells. We are also continuously producing natural body oils and sweat, even if we're not exercising strenuously. And our skin is home to millions of tiny bacteria, which is completely normal. However, these bacteria feed on those dead skin cells and body oils. When those things build up on the skin's surface due to infrequent washing, the bacteria multiply, and their metabolic processes create the compounds that cause body odor. Regular bathing or showering is the most effective way to physically remove this buildup of skin cells, oils, sweat, and bacteria, literally washing away the primary source of odor before it has a chance to become noticeable. Less frequent washing allows this material to accumulate, making odors more likely to develop and become stronger. A common misconception is believing that if you're not very active, you don't sweat much or get dirty, and therefore don't need to bathe as often. But as I mentioned, the body is constantly shedding and producing oils regardless of your activity level. Another mistake is thinking that just washing the important bits at the sink is enough to prevent all odor. While helpful for immediate freshness in certain areas, it doesn't remove the overall buildup from the entire body that contributes to general body odor over time. Using perfumes or body sprays heavily can also mask the odor temporarily but doesn't address the root cause, which is the microbial activity on the skin's surface. So, the practical advice here centers around making regular washing a manageable and safe part of your routine, even if it feels challenging. First and foremost, prioritize bathroom safety. Install grab bars in the shower or next to the tub and toilet. Use non-slip mats inside and outside the shower/tub. Consider getting a shower chair if standing for the duration of a shower is tiring or feels unsteady. These measures can significantly reduce the fear of falling and conserve energy. Then, establish a bathing schedule that works for you, perhaps daily, or every other day, depending on your personal needs, how much you sweat, and the climate you live in. Find a routine that feels achievable. If a full shower or bath feels too much on a particular day, a thorough wash-up at the sink focusing on key areas, face, neck, underarms, groin, feet, using a gentle cleanser can help maintain freshness until you have the energy for a full wash. The goal is consistency in removing the buildup that causes odor, tailored to your abilities and ensuring your safety. Maintaining a regular cleaning routine, even with modifications for comfort and safety, is foundational. But sometimes odor comes from unexpected places, and it involves what we wear. Maintaining a regular cleaning routine, even with modifications for comfort and safety, is foundational. But sometimes odor comes from unexpected places, and it involves what we wear. Specifically, the fourth bathroom habit that doctors highlight as a common contributor to odor for senior women is not changing undergarments frequently enough. Now, this is another area where very real, practical challenges of aging can sometimes get in the way of what seems like a simple habit. Let's be honest, laundry can be a chore, right? Carrying baskets, bending to load and unload machines, hanging things up. It takes energy and can be physically demanding. If doing laundry feels like a big effort, you might find yourself, or someone you care for, trying to stretch the wear out of clothing items, including undergarments, to cut down on the number of loads. There can also be the sensitive issue of minor incontinence, which can become more common with age. Even small leaks, a few drops here and there, can make someone feel like their undergarments aren't quite fresh, but they might hesitate to change them immediately if it means more laundry, or if they're using absorbent pads and feel the pad is doing enough. Sometimes, due to changes in sensation or vision, those minor issues might not even be fully noticed, but they still have an impact. But here's the logical and important reason why daily, or more frequent, changes of undergarments are absolutely crucial for preventing odor. The area covered by undergarments, the groin, is naturally a warm, often moist environment. It's close to the body's heat, and it's where sweat, natural vaginal discharge, and any potential trace amounts of urine or fecal matter tend to accumulate throughout the day. This combination of warmth, moisture, and biological material creates a perfect breeding ground for bacteria and yeast. These microbes break down sweat and other substances, and their activity produces volatile compounds that cause strong, unpleasant odors. Even if you don't see visible stains, microscopic amounts of sweat, discharge, or leakage are present, and fabric tends to hold on to these substances and their associated odors. Rewearing undergarments allows this buildup and microbial activity to continue right against your skin, making odor much more likely to develop and become noticeable. A common misconception here is thinking that if your undergarments look clean or don't have any obvious marks, they are fine to wear for another day. This isn't true because, as I mentioned, odor is often caused by invisible bacteria and the breakdown of normal bodily fluids like sweat and discharge, which are present even in seemingly clean garments. Another mistake might be relying solely on scented panty liners, powders, or sprays to manage freshness. While these might offer a temporary masking effect, they don't remove the source of the odor from the fabric or the skin, and the added fragrances can sometimes even interact with existing odors to create a different, perhaps worse, smell. So, the practical advice here is clear and direct, offered with the understanding of the challenges. The gold standard for preventing odor from this source is to change undergarments daily. Make it a non-negotiable part of the morning or evening routine. Furthermore, if there is any dampness due to sweating, discharge, or minor leakage at any point during the day, change your undergarments as soon as possible. Don't wait. If incontinence is a concern, using absorbent pads or protective underwear is a great strategy for managing moisture, but they should be changed regularly, and the undergarment itself should still be changed daily, as the pad doesn't cover the entire area and sweat is still produced. Choose undergarments made from breathable fabrics, like cotton, which allow for better air circulation compared to synthetics. If laundry is a significant barrier, explore options to make it easier, perhaps using a small, easy-to-load washing machine, getting help from family or a caregiver, or utilizing a laundry service if feasible. Prioritizing fresh undergarments daily is a fundamental step in maintaining comfort, confidence, and dignity. Maintaining freshness with undergarments is key, and very closely related to that is thorough cleaning after using the toilet, which brings us to our next important habit. Maintaining freshness with undergarments is key, and very closely related to that is thorough cleaning after using the toilet, which brings us to our next important habit. And this one is deeply personal, but absolutely vital for comfort and preventing odor. It is incomplete wiping or cleaning after using the toilet. This is a topic that many find difficult to discuss, and it requires us to approach it with great sensitivity and understanding. As we age, physical changes can sometimes make the simple act of cleaning ourselves effectively after using the toilet much harder than it used to be. Reduced flexibility in the hips or back, limited reach due to shoulder issues, or even changes in vision can all make thorough wiping a real challenge. In a hurry, or if you're not feeling well, or if simply the physical effort feels significant, the cleaning might not be as complete as needed. It's never about someone intentionally not wanting to be clean. It's about a physical limitation getting in the way of a necessary task. But here's the direct, logical reason why this habit is a very common and significant source of odor if not addressed. When residual fecal matter or urine is left behind on the skin and hair around the anal and genital areas, even in small amounts, it provides a direct and potent food source for bacteria. The bacteria that live in these areas quickly break down this waste material, and in the process, they release strong, unpleasant odors. These odors can become noticeable very quickly. The skin folds in the area can also trap tiny amounts of residue, making thorough cleaning even more critical to prevent odor from developing. If cleaning isn't complete, that source of odor-causing bacteria remains right against the body. A common issue is simply not realizing that the cleaning isn't as effective as it used to be. You might be going through the motions you always have, but due to decreased flexibility or reach, you're not actually getting the area as clean as you think. There can also be a strong sense of embarrassment around this topic, which can prevent someone from asking for help or exploring alternative cleaning methods that could make a big difference. This embarrassment is understandable because it's such a private bodily function, but it's important to remember that this is a common physical challenge of aging and addressing it is about maintaining health, comfort, and dignity. So, what's the practical advice here? The goal is to ensure complete removal of residual matter after every toilet use. First, always remember to wipe from front to back, which is crucial for preventing the spread of bacteria and potential infections, especially UTIs in women. Beyond dry toilet paper alone, consider incorporating flushable wet wipes into your routine. These provide a much more thorough clean than dry paper and can be particularly helpful in ensuring no residue is left behind. Make sure they are specifically labeled as flushable to avoid plumbing issues. After using wet wipes, gently pat the area dry, as moisture can also contribute to odor. Another excellent option, if it's accessible and feasible, is installing a bidet attachment on your toilet. Bidets use a stream of water for cleaning, which can be incredibly effective and requires much less physical effort than wiping, offering a high level of cleanliness and comfort. If flexibility or reach is a significant barrier to self-cleaning, having a discussion with a trusted family member or caregiver about receiving assistance for personal hygiene is an important step towards maintaining dignity and preventing issues. This isn't about losing independence, it's about getting the necessary support for essential self-care. Ensuring complete cleanliness after using the toilet is fundamentally vital for preventing odor from a primary source. And next, let's shift our focus from skin to fabric, and talk about the clothes we wear throughout the day. Ensuring complete cleanliness after using the toilet is fundamentally vital for preventing odor from a primary source. And next, let's shift our focus from skin to fabric, and talk about the clothes we wear throughout the day. And this brings us to the sixth bathroom habit, or perhaps more accurately, a related hygiene habit that can significantly contribute to odor for senior women: rewearing clothes, especially those worn close to the body, without washing them. Again, let's approach this with empathy and understanding, because there are often very practical reasons why this happens. As we touched on earlier, doing laundry can be physically demanding, and if energy is low or mobility is limited, the sheer effort of washing, drying, and folding clothes can lead to trying to get one more wear out of something. Maybe a shirt or a pair of pants doesn't look visibly dirty, or it doesn't have a strong smell right after you take it off, so you think it's fine to hang it up and wear it again the next day. This is a pretty common habit for many people, but for senior women, combined with other factors we've discussed, it can become a more significant contributor to body odor. Here's the logical explanation for why rewearing clothes can cause odor. Even if they seem clean, throughout the day and night, your clothes are in constant contact with your skin. As a result, they absorb all sorts of things from your body: sweat, shed skin cells, body oils, and the bacteria that live on your skin's surface. Even if you don't feel like you've sweated much, these microscopic substances are being transferred to your clothing. Fabric fibers are like tiny sponges, trapping these organic materials and the bacteria within them. As bacteria on your skin continue to interact with the sweat and oils absorbed by your clothes, they produce odor-causing compounds right there in the fabric. When you rewear those clothes, you're essentially putting a fabric back on that already contains a buildup of these odor sources and the active bacteria that create the smell. The warmth of your body reactivates the process, and the odor can quickly become noticeable. So, while a garment might look clean, it's holding on to the invisible components that lead to smell. A common misconception is believing that clothes only need to be washed when they are visibly soiled or when they have a strong, obvious odor. You might think that if you've only worn something for a few hours, or if you didn't feel hot or sweaty, it's fine to wear again. Another mistake is thinking that simply airing clothes out will remove the odor. Airing might dissipate some of the smell temporarily, but it doesn't remove the embedded skin cells, oils, sweat, and bacteria that are the actual source of the odor. The fabric is still holding on to that potential for smell. So, the practical advice here for maintaining freshness throughout the day is to prioritize changing clothes that are worn directly against your skin daily. This includes shirts, blouses, t-shirts, pants, especially if worn without a layer underneath, and pajamas. While outer layers like sweaters or jackets might not need washing after every single wear, anything that's been in close contact with your body should be changed daily. This is why having an adequate number of clothing changes available is important, so that a daily change is easy without needing to do laundry every single day. If laundry is a significant challenge, explore the options we discussed earlier: getting help from family or a caregiver, using a laundry service, or simplifying your wardrobe to include items that are easier to wash and dry. Making a habit of changing clothes daily, especially after bathing, ensures you're starting fresh with fabric that isn't holding on to yesterday's sweat, oils, and bacteria. It makes a real difference in feeling and smelling clean throughout the day and night. Maintaining freshness with clean clothes is definitely important, and related to that is how you wash them, which brings us to our next habit concerning laundry detergent itself. Maintaining freshness with clean clothes is definitely important, and related to that is how you wash them, which brings us to our next habit concerning laundry detergent itself. The seventh habit doctors warn older women about is using heavily scented laundry detergents or fabric softeners. Now, this might seem counterintuitive, right? We buy laundry products specifically because they promise freshness and leave our clothes smelling wonderful. The commercials show people burying their faces in fluffy, strongly scented towels, and we associate that powerful fragrance directly with being clean and fresh. It feels good to have clothes that smell lovely. And for years, maybe this worked perfectly fine for you. But here's the logical reason why. As you get older, relying on strong scents in your laundry products can sometimes contribute to odor issues instead of preventing them. Those strong fragrances are essentially chemicals designed to linger in the fabric long after the wash and rinse cycles are over. For some people, especially as skin becomes more sensitive with age, these lingering fragrance chemicals can cause irritation, or even subtle allergic reactions on the skin that's in constant contact with the clothes. This irritation can potentially affect the skin's natural balance in a way that contributes to odor. More importantly, a strong fragrance, while it smells pleasant on its own, can often simply mask underlying odors in the fabric. If your clothes aren't getting truly clean, meaning the bacteria, sweat, and body oils embedded in the fibers aren't being completely removed, the strong detergent or fabric softener scent can cover up that lingering odor for a while. But as you wear the clothes, and your body warmth activates the microbes still in the fabric, the developing body odor can mix with the strong lingering fragrance, sometimes creating a complex, not-so-pleasant smell that's actually worse than the original subtle odor would have been. The scent gives a false sense of total cleanliness without having actually achieved it. A common misconception here is absolutely believing that a strong, lasting fragrance means the clothes are perfectly clean. You might think, well, they smell great, so they must be clean. But cleanliness, in terms of preventing odor, is about the removal of the odor-causing bacteria and organic matter, not just covering up potential smells with perfume. Another mistake is using too much heavily scented detergent or fabric softener, perhaps thinking more product equals more clean and more fresh. But using excessive amounts just leaves even more chemical residue and fragrance in the fabric, which can be irritating and contribute to that complex mixed odor I mentioned. So, the practical advice for this habit is to rethink your laundry products, especially for items worn close to the skin. Consider switching to fragrance-free or hypoallergenic laundry detergents. These are designed to clean effectively without adding potentially irritating or odor-masking chemicals. If you really prefer some scent, look for products that are very lightly fragranced, or perhaps use natural methods like adding a little white vinegar to the rinse cycle, which helps remove detergent residue and odors without leaving a vinegar smell once dry, or using essential oils sparingly and carefully in the wash, if your skin tolerates it. Most importantly, ensure you're using the correct amount of detergent for your load size and the type of washing machine you have. Using too much detergent, even a gentle one, can leave residue that isn't truly clean and can stiffen fabrics over time. Focus on the cleaning power of the detergent to remove the odor sources, rather than the masking power of added fragrances. It's an adjustment that can be much kinder to your skin and more effective in achieving true freshness. So, laundry habits certainly play a significant role in overall body odor for senior women, influencing the cleanliness of the fabrics closest to your skin. And finally, our eighth habit takes us from clothes to something else often near the bathroom sink. Let's talk about dentures or other oral appliances. So, laundry habits certainly play a significant role in overall body odor for senior women, influencing the cleanliness of the fabrics closest to your skin. And finally, our eighth and final habit takes us from clothes to something else often near the bathroom sink, something incredibly important for overall freshness and comfort. Let's talk about improper cleaning of dentures or other oral appliances. This point is vital because bad breath is often a major contributor to the overall perception of body odor, and for those who wear dentures, partials, or other oral appliances like night guards, the cleanliness of these devices is directly linked to the freshness of the mouth. Many older women use dentures, and while the daily routine of taking them out might be well established, the thoroughness and correctness of the cleaning process might sometimes be underestimated or rushed. Think about the daily routine. Perhaps the dentures come out at night, get a quick rinse under the tap, and then sit in a cup of water. Or maybe they're brushed, but perhaps not as thoroughly as they could be, or with the right type of cleaner. Or maybe the focus is entirely on cleaning the dentures, and the mouth itself is overlooked. It's not about neglecting oral care entirely, but subtle habits in how the cleaning is done that can make a big difference. Here's the crucial logical explanation for why cleaning dentures properly is so essential for preventing odor. Just like natural teeth, dentures accumulate plaque, that sticky film of bacteria. They also gather food particles, and if not cleaned effectively, can become a place where fungi, like the yeast that causes oral thrush, can grow. These bacteria and fungi feed on any food debris and natural substances in your mouth, and as they do, they produce volatile, foul-smelling compounds. This leads to significant bad breath, which is not only unpleasant in itself but contributes directly to overall body odor perception, especially in close proximity. Dentures are also slightly porous and can absorb odors over time if not kept scrupulously clean. Furthermore, improper cleaning doesn't just cause odor, it can lead to oral infections, gum irritation, and other health issues in the mouth itself, adding to discomfort and potential odor. A common misconception here is thinking that just rinsing dentures under water is enough to clean them. While rinsing removes loose food particles, it does nothing to remove the sticky plaque and bacteria that cling to the surface. Another mistake is soaking dentures in plain water without a cleaning solution, or only cleaning them occasionally instead of daily. Sometimes, people mistakenly use regular toothpaste to brush dentures, but many toothpastes are too abrasive and can scratch the denture surface, creating tiny spots where bacteria can hide. Finally, a very important oversight is neglecting to clean the mouth itself, the gums, tongue, and palate, after removing dentures. These tissues also accumulate bacteria and debris that contribute to odor. So, the practical advice for maintaining a fresh mouth and preventing odor from this source involves a consistent, thorough daily routine. First, always remove and rinse your dentures after eating to get rid of food particles. Then, at least once a day, clean your dentures thoroughly. Do this over a basin of water or a folded towel, just in case you drop them. Use a soft bristled brush specifically designed for dentures, or a very soft regular toothbrush. Use a non-abrasive denture cleanser, not regular toothpaste. Brush all surfaces of the dentures gently but thoroughly to remove plaque and food debris. After brushing, rinse the dentures completely to remove all the cleanser. Most dentists also recommend soaking your dentures daily in a denture cleaning solution as directed by the product. This helps kill bacteria and fungi that brushing alone might miss and helps remove stains and odors. When dentures are not in your mouth, store them properly in water or a denture cleaning solution to keep them moist and maintain their shape. Crucially, don't forget to clean your mouth. Use a soft toothbrush or a clean, damp cloth to gently clean your gums, tongue, and the roof of your mouth every morning and evening. This removes bacteria and keeps your oral tissues healthy. And finally, maintain regular dental checkups. Even if you have full dentures, your dentist can check the fit, examine your oral tissues, and provide professional cleaning advice. Taking these steps for thorough denture and oral care is absolutely essential for preventing bad breath and contributing to overall freshness and confidence. So, there you have them. Those are 8 common bathroom and related hygiene habits that doctors say older women should be particularly mindful of. They might seem simple, but addressing them proactively with awareness and a few adjustments can make a profound difference in comfort, confidence, and preventing odor issues in later life. So, there you have them. Those are 8 common bathroom and related hygiene habits that doctors say older women should be particularly mindful of. They might seem simple, but addressing them proactively with awareness and a few adjustments can make a profound difference in comfort, confidence, and preventing odor issues in later life. Now I know, truly, that diving into a topic like body odor and personal hygiene can feel really sensitive. It's not the easiest thing to talk about openly. There can be feelings of vulnerability, maybe a little bit of embarrassment, or even a worry about judgment, either for yourself or for someone you care about. It's completely natural to feel that way. We live in a society where such personal matters are often kept private, and discussing them can feel like stepping into uncomfortable territory. You might feel vulnerable, wondering if these habits apply to you, or if you or your loved one are already facing these challenges. And those feelings are valid. But it's so important to remember that this conversation isn't about finding fault, or pointing fingers, or feeling ashamed. It's about understanding the very real, very natural physical changes that happen as the body ages and how those changes interact with our daily routines. It's about gaining knowledge, simple, practical knowledge, that can genuinely help maintain comfort, dignity, and confidence, which are absolutely fundamental to enjoying later life fully. Let's gently reframe this. Instead of potentially feeling worried or embarrassed in silence about possible odor concerns, or hesitant to address them with a loved one, you now have practical, actionable information. You understand why certain simple habits become more significant as you age, how they interact with your skin, your body's processes, and even the clothes you wear. And crucially, you know simple, often easy to implement ways to address each of these 8 points. This knowledge is incredibly empowering. It shifts you away from a place of potential fear or helplessness, and into a place of capability and proactive self-care. You're not just hoping things are okay, you know what to do to help ensure they are. This understanding empowers you or the older woman in your life to take concrete steps towards maintaining dignity, feeling comfortable and confident in social situations, and overall well-being. It allows you to approach this topic, whether for yourself or when supporting someone else, from a place of information and kindness, rather than awkwardness or worry. It truly shifts the focus from a potential problem to a manageable aspect of self-care in the journey of aging. So, armed with this knowledge, what can you do right now? If any of these 8 habits resonated with you personally, or if you've had concerns about an older woman you care for, take a moment to simply reflect on the information. Maybe pick just 1 or 2 of the tips that seem most relevant and easiest to incorporate into the daily routine. Start there. Small, consistent adjustments can make a profound difference in comfort and confidence. If you're a caregiver or family member watching this, and you feel this information is relevant to someone you support, remember to approach any conversations about hygiene with immense gentleness, respect, and empathy. Frame it around comfort, skin health, and feeling fresh, rather than focusing directly on odor itself. Suggest changes as simple ways to enhance comfort and well-being. Remember, maintaining personal comfort, dignity, and social confidence is such a vital part of enjoying life to the fullest, no matter your age. By understanding these common habits and implementing these simple solutions with awareness and kindness, you can proactively ensure greater ease and peace of mind for yourself or for the older women you cherish. You are capable. You are deserving of feeling your absolute best. This knowledge is a tool, a gentle guide, to help you do just that. You've got this. You've got this. So let's just quickly review those 8 bathroom and related habits that doctors specifically warn older women about, as they can contribute to odor concerns. Remember, we covered the importance of complete drying after bathing, being mindful of using harsh or overly fragranced soaps, maintaining a regular bathing or showering schedule, the necessity of changing undergarments frequently, ensuring thorough cleaning after using the toilet, avoiding re-wearing clothes without washing, rethinking heavily scented laundry products, and the crucial role of proper cleaning of dentures or other oral appliances. These are the key areas where small adjustments can lead to big improvements in comfort and confidence. Now, I know we've covered some sensitive ground today, and that's precisely why it's so important to talk about it openly and with kindness. You are not alone in facing these potential challenges or in seeking information about them. Many women, as they age, navigate these very same issues. Your experiences, your insights, and your questions can genuinely help others who might be silently struggling or feeling unsure about what to do. So, I sincerely invite you to continue this conversation in the comments section below this video. Have you personally found that addressing any of these specific habits made a significant difference in your comfort or confidence? Do you have any other gentle tips or strategies for maintaining freshness and hygiene in later life that you could share? What was your biggest takeaway from this video? Please share your thoughts, respectfully and kindly. This comment section can be a safe space for our community to connect, support each other, and share valuable lived experience that goes beyond what any video can cover. Don't feel obligated to share anything you're not comfortable with, but if you have something that could help another person, I encourage you to consider sharing it. And if you found the information in this video helpful, if it brought you clarity, offered practical solutions, or simply made you feel understood, if you value having a space like Elderly Counsel that tackles real-life topics of aging with honesty, empathy, and practical guidance, please consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you're not just clicking a button, you're joining a growing community of people who are navigating the journey of aging with awareness and a desire to live their best lives. You ensure that you receive more content like this directly in your feed, empowering you with knowledge on health, care, relationships, and life lessons. And your subscription, along with giving this video a like, is a powerful signal to YouTube that this information is valuable and should be shown to other individuals and families who might be searching for answers to these sensitive questions. Your engagement truly helps us reach more people who need this guidance and support. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, for being open to this conversation, and for your willingness to learn and grow. Addressing these sensitive topics with knowledge is a profound act of self-care and care for those you love. Your comfort, your confidence, and your dignity are priceless. Continue to prioritize your well-being, keep seeking information that empowers you, and remember that you are part of a larger community. Stay informed, stay compassionate, and I eagerly look forward to connecting with you and sharing more valuable life lessons and health insights right here on Elderly Counsel in our next video.